Hey, what up, everybody? I'm going to run you through a few things on slides, either to help you get started if you haven't started already, or to help you clean up what you already have, assuming it could use some cleaning up. First things first, I'm going to throw a title on here. Okay, now I already have a slide built. I'm just going to show you how to make the slide that I have here. Okay. Now, if you have a slide where you like the background, um, you can always just right click here and press duplicate slide, and it will just pop the same one down there for you, which I think usually helps because as soon as I do that, it becomes super easy to just start moving pieces around. To build that next slide. Like so. Let's change it to black. Okay. All right, just for example. Okay. Now, I am going to just put a new slide in. Okay, I always start with just deleting whatever they put there. I don't know why in the world they think they know what I want or need, but start with that. All right, background. You can go to slide, change background, or just click background here on your toolbar, choose image. If you want to search for one, you can search for it right in there. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could put a picture of Alf in there. Okay. I am going to just grab something from my Chromebook. And since I'm building the slide I already have, I need to get the same background, which is this purple thing down here. Okay. All right. I have a background. Now, I do this. You don't have to. Okay, this is the work of a crazy person, but I would like a border on my background. So I would choose Insert Shape and then a rectangle. Just pull it all the way to the sides. And then up here, see border color. If I go black, size 8. And then if I do fill color, transparent, all of a sudden I have a border. I think on the one up there, the border is size 4. So just for consistency, I'll do that. If you ever need to zoom in on a slide, Control Alt plus and Control Alt minus will zoom you in and out. Okay, you've got your zoom up here too, but Control Alt plus, Control Alt minus is super easy. Okay, let's talk about text. So I'm going to insert a text box, and you'll see on my slide at the top that I have just the text on top of this background, which you don't usually want to put light text on a background. It's not super readable, so you really don't want to do it. Of course, you can see the black is just not going to work. If we change it to white or close to it, better, but still, no one wants to read that. It's not clean. That being said, for a title or a header, you totally can. You just have to make sure you're making it big enough that it's readable. So I'm going to choose a font, and we'll take a second here to talk about fonts. Here's a general rule, and it's only a rule to me. You get 2 fonts. You get one that I call an accent font. That's like your fancy one for titles, headers, stuff like that. For everything else, you want something that's super readable. So I would suggest just getting a serif like, your Georges, your Times New Romans, Allegria. I really like Average. That's the one I've been using. But for an accent font, you can choose something that's kind of cool. I still suggest you get something that's readable. Okay, I've been into this Comforter quite a bit. Okay, I don't know what size I made this up here. 46. Okay, 46, and I think I bolded it. I did. Now, there's another thing you can do here. If you go to Format Options, and I hit the three dots for more, you might be able to see the format options on your screen. But if you can't, three dots, Format Options. If you click on Drop Shadow, what's going to happen is it's just going to throw a little bit of something behind that text. I did 0 transparency, like 50 on the angle, distance 5, blur radius 5, and you can see it just makes it pop off a little bit. Okay, now the name of the game here is shapes and text boxes. You want to put shapes down, and you want to put text boxes inside that shape. And I'll tell you why. Text boxes are just going to fill up with text. So the edges are going to be where the text is. So if this was a text box, it would bump up right here on the left-hand side, not look super nice, and not give you a lot of control. If you put the text box inside on top of a shape, then all of a sudden you can make slides that look a lot cleaner. Okay, on this shape, I'm going to go to border color. You can choose a color, but black. All right, and just because, I'm going to put a drop shadow on it too, and I'm going to just do the same settings as above. 0, 55, and 5. Okay, looks nice. All right, now I need a second one because you can see above that I put my picture in there. So I'm going to drag one side to the center and just pull it over a little bit, and I'm just guesstimating here. Control C, Control V, copies and pastes it, or you can right click, press copy, right click and press paste. But again, Control C, Control V. Okay, let's see how I did. That's pretty good. Close enough for rock and roll. Okay, so to put my info in, I'm going to insert text box. Now imagine right here, I am putting a text box in, and look at the border and around the text box inside the shape. In a minute, you're not going to see that border, of course, but it will still be there, right? I call it the invisible border, and you still need to maintain a consistent border on the inside of the shape if you want it to look nice. So I chose average above. I'm going to go check my size just so it looks the same. 32. Okay. And then if I'm not mistaken, I changed the, to 20. Now, if I press the hyphen, it's going to take it over. Now, if I go to my three dots again to more, I can choose to make them bullets, which just looks a little bit nicer. Okay. Just for the sake of time, I'm not going to retype all that. I always just look to see. Oh. So I have this. This is where you change the spacing. So if you wanted it double spaced or whatever, I think I have it custom spaced at 135. Okay. Move this over a little bit. 'Cause, 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 Okay. Not bad. This one looks better. Oh, I see. I've got a little bit more. That's okay. All right. So over here, I'm just going to insert a picture, image, upload from computer. If you're on a Chromebook, it's just going to take you to your Google Drive, of course. Okay, I am in here somewhere. Okay. Now, for pictures, I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. Here's what we can't do. Let's say I put it in here, and I see people do this all the time, kids and adults alike. And I'm sorry if you hear me throwing up in a second or see me throw up, but they'll do this. My God, you can't do that. You can't stretch an image. You can resize an image, but you can't stretch it, right? Because you're changing what the picture is and making it look bad, which of course isn't your intention. So what you need to do instead is crop it, right? So I'm going to get it as wide as my shape, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Now, if I hit this crop image button, I can crop it, and then I can just pull it down to where I want it. Okay, looks reasonably reasonable. And all of a sudden I'm there, okay? Now you'll see the one up there is black and white. I just wanted to show you this. There aren't that many options to change your image, but there are a few. I think I put this one on. Went to adjustments, made it a little brighter, put a little bit of contrast on it, increase the contrast a little bit, and then I've got a solid little black and white picture there. Okay. I think that's probably good enough for one round of Google Slides. I'll send you another one sometime soon. All right, man. Later, y'all.